Patricio.
Soccer. Clíthe nach bhfuil róchasta. A bhfuil gra ag na milliún dó ar fudden dom.
Only got a touch on Matthews.
Is clíthe é atá go leidir a gcríthe na naoine. Is siomí léic a feisciú as éireann. John Giles, Liam Brady. Agus cé a héanú nach tríadúir a bhí a George Best.
What's Best going to try to do? Go at himself? What a goal!
Badíní cumasach a iad na pelladarí sinna lig. Agus bhí cosalachtaí atrí mar chuí siad ar fad thar saile, chun slí bhatha a bhaint amach sa chlíthe. Ar nós go leor imreoirí eile ón Uileán seo. Ach tá fear a bhain an, nach bhfuil moran ar ólas a gin faoi. Pellador as éireann a bhí ina chaftín ar chlubanna Sasanna, ina chaftín Wuachach ar a hir, agus a bhí ina chion rádaí ó híomh na banisteachta de.
Hombre, la clave para mí fue, aparte del magnífico equipo que teníamos, el maestro Michel O'Connell.
Bhui sé comórtais chaile, agus ceapú a gceannas é ar chion do mhór chlubanna na Harpa.
Léicre mór a sogaine, Janimid bogus fiú dóibh ach in San Catalunya, tá mé Janna gur léic cheart é comáil le Pep Guardiola héan.
Què és el que fa gran el Barça? No només és Messi, Cruyff i Maradona, sinó també són figures com Paddy O'Connell.
Ar feadh 7 bliain, is siomí ocaid staire a dag marcaíogan ar scéal a bhatha.
During Franco, it was not that fantastic to come here, and he did it.
Ocaidí mar chugu agus tridge, fallana agus fiú trégan.
He filled a big gap where he went, but left a massive void where he came from.
Seo scéal fear soccer, do chuid na héireann, ar tugadh Don Patricio ar le cion. Seo scéal Paddy O'Connell. Is bell firsteach me. Agus nuair a thosaigh me ag léamh faoin club clúteach Belfast Celtic, nó Celtífal firste, tháinig mé trasna ar scéal Paddy O'Connell. Chaith sé bliain ag imirt sa chathair seo, agus chun níos mó ólas a eile amach faoin fear soccer seo. Bé ormsa, bogan ín taistil í anú.
Is it Tony?
Mike.
I knew you were coming.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us, Ryan. How you doing?
And thanks for coming.
You keeping well?
Come in.
Sue.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, we knew you were coming, so we got a few things out for you to see.
Excellent.
Here we have one of Patrick O'Connell's international caps.
Oh.
It's a bit tatty, but then it is 100 years old.
Isn't that incredible?
He got that when he was captain of Ireland. We're very proud of it.
Just before World War I, 1913 to 1914.
I grew up with that in our house. Never treated very well. It was always stuffed in some corner. But I think my old granny had got it as soon as grandfather had won it, and she'd kept it and treasured it ever since.
Rugu Paddy a gundi na hir vi. Ag wog an charlach na ravi sé na feiste. Gidí an aid seo. Shraid Mabel in Ramconrock a grílar huisgart walja ha clé.
Is féidir é a halt an ish féchar an shráid cúm seo agus é féin béidir agus bula líróid an oig an falla de hir fa an lei agus béidir cúpla lads ag siúl timppel agus be cléthe gin an seo sin an sort saoile bhí an bhí sé simplí bhí sort má contact a buintáid. Tá mé ceapa go bhfuil na lads ilig a hagans as lárna cartach tá siad ceann dána nuair a bhíonn tú ar an barc imrithe tá tú ann tú féinach mad. Féchar John Giles an bhfuil ceann céine. Tá tuiscint na shráide ag na lad seo agus tá sí déan.
Ag Jerry na níú hí sé déag, thosú gach duine ag gobar agus iad an óg. Ní ró Paddy ach ceithre bliana déag díis, nuair a fuair sé páist mar bhfuilteoir an William Boland in ecanna rinne a maiile clé. Ní ró an síl forrasta ag lad óg, ach bhí Paddy cracailte ar an féil, agus gach seans a fuair sé, It's a mwy a gimmerch of Eoche.
Well, I've got ideas of what kind of footballer he was in my own head, because I know he played 2 different positions in his career. The key positions in those days were centre-half, inside forward, and he was always in those key positions for his team. That's all, and that's all I know. And I've no idea whether he's a hard man or a tricky player.
Bhí dúil bhilteach ag Paddy sa féil, agus nuair a bhí sé ag fasa níos, thosaigh sé ag gimmert le for an hóiseach a lárna carrach. Liffey Wanderers. Dúgarí agus séthar buaid a bhainní Liffey Wanderers in Achtéag Dr. sa Cúig. Is an seo a debris siad. Ag Jesú agus ag dílach dú buaid, nuair a bhíú an aid dú le daoine agus rudí le deanú. Bhí an obair crua. Agus níor immer de Liffey Wanderers ag fur crua, a dimmer clíthe crua. An omad ballach, bí aontach an frinte seacaid a Paddy O'Connell a bhí am leat na hóige, agus géirí híanach ar an cin sa síl mór. Club den chlán a bhí Liffey Wanderers, agus níos mó na céad ó bunaú tá glúnta eile ag leanarhain se rá leis an tradiisiún, agus ag céilú na stríc a gorma, agus bána.
We are some of the boys. For all we know, there's going to be a match, and the good old Liffeys will be there.
My chef, lads. Is that a Glasgow Celtic song or a Liffey Wanderers song?
Liffey
Wanderers song. But tell me a bit about Liffey Wanderers and why it's a special club to you guys.
Liffeys are well known. You speak to anybody in the city, they know about Liffey Wanderers. They know of age. Yeah, don't talk to anyone under 70. But football was a very tough game, and you had to be tough to play it. I mean, if you were a fullback, it was just agreed that you would take the winger out of it, and I mean out of the game completely. But it was understood by everyone, by everybody who played, that was it. You got a kick, so what? Yeah. Get up and play like a man, not like these twits that are playing now. Derek's father was a full-back. You weren't allowed to leave your own half then. And his father was called the Valier.
What was the relevance of that?
Well, it meant someone would tell his dad before he came out, winger's very good, you'll have to be careful. Let him come into the Valley of Death. See if he can get through that. He'd be welcome to score if he can do that.
This is the team that sort of founded Liffey's. These were a great side at the time. They won the Empire Cup.
And of course there's our man,
Paddy O'Connell.
Well, they went on to play for the biggest team in Ireland at the time, Belfast Celtic.
And the biggest team in England.
And the biggest team in England, Manchester United.
And the best,
you're a fan.
And the best one,
Tony.
Barcelona.
And the next best, Barcelona.
I tell you, couldn't have done any better.
We don't care whether we win, lose or draw. For all the hell we care. For all we know, there's going to be a match, and the good old Liffeys will be there.
My chef, lads. Níor thug sé bhád gur ó Kyle Faddy a muí mar felladúir. Is saoirú na bliana níideag sa hocht. Ní ró Paddy ag blian agus fihe. Bhí sé nua fásta, bhí a bhain ag súil a lanú, agus fuair sé a chiad chunrú garamúil, the Belfast Celtic.
Because of his private life, it was very helpful that he was signed up by Belfast Celtic, because he got married, and very shortly afterwards, some, 5 or 6 months afterwards, their first son was born. Cultural mores in those days, it might have been something that was better to have happened in Belfast rather than in Dublin. But they seemed to get on very well at first.
You all right?
Yeah, just a bit excited.
Níideag is a hocht. An bhliain sular hosí Harland and Wolf ag Tógáil and Titanic. Agus bhí na mílse fear aclaí agus leidir ag Johnny ar fel firste ar lorg fostiíachta.
Níor mór an daoine sebran ach bhí tuirastal ag ahan daine sa bblion 8-9 sílam gurú 275,000 duine a gobar an seo. Bhí bliana in éis sin, bhí 100,000 sa bhréisiún, ba í an cahar is mó an éireann í, níos mó na balla clia, so bhí an ború an rathirtir ar bhil first mar cahar.
Belfast at that time would have been a city very much straining at the leash. It was one of the big industrial cities of the world. You had the rope works, you had the Harland shipyard. And Paddy would have been walking into the middle of this, into a big, big club, like a ground that could hold 40,000 people. And that was very much the beacon for this section of the community, this side of town.
Nar a tháinig Paddy agus a bhain go Belfast, chuir siad futha a gceantar de chuid an lucht ibre, agus bhí áit chonaí bhuanasach acu. Séisir a bhain a chaid Paddy le Belfast Celtic, agus rugadh a chiad whack Patrick a rihan ama sin. Fart na himmerthe de réir na dúriscí, ba chosan tóir Jean agus crua a bhí a Paddy. Nar yell orlach a riú.
Right, lads, come on, listen up here. Listen up! Make every ball a Belfast Celtic ball, do you hear me?
O'Connell was regarded as, I think, one of those journeyman centre-halves, defenders who was pretty good at his job. Nobody got past him. I imagine he was somebody who was used to having his voice heard by others on the field.
Paddy O'Connell, son, I want you to command from the back, you hear me? Keep the defence tight. Make every tackle count. You know what that means, son?
While he was only just out of his teens when he came to Belfast, but in his later life, maybe he developed qualities that made him a leader off the field, somebody who would be listened to and somebody who had something to contribute.
Right, get those colours on and get out onto that field and win!
Bhí a chiad bhleisiú don féil garamúil fáite ag Paddy. Chia sé amach mar chosan tóir, agus tar éis séisir a bhain le Belfast Celtic. Dílú é, agus chuaigh sé an nongus sasanna le forann a bhí sa chiad rinn. Sheffield Wednesday.